In 1994, in a small town in Zimbabwe, 62 children went out for morning break. They expected a game of soccer. Instead, they encountered something that would haunt them for the next 30 years. Most UFO sightings are blurry lights in the sky or a friend of a friend stories. But this happened in broad daylight. There were dozens of witnesses. And the strangest part? Their stories never changed. This isn't just another urban legend. This is the Ariel School encounter. The day the sky opened over Africa, and nobody, not the scientists, not the skeptics, and certainly not the government, was ready for what the children had to say. It was September 16th. The Ariel School was an expensive private school outside Harare. It was an ordinary Friday. The teachers were inside for a staff meeting, the kids were left to play in the yard. According to the students, 3 silver craft appeared in the sky. They didn't make a roar like a jet. They hummed. They flashed. And then, they landed. Imagine being 10 years old. You're standing at the edge of the scrubland, a forbidden area of tall grass and trees. You see a craft hovering just above the ground. A man steps out. But he wasn't a man. He was small, barely a meter tall. He had long black hair, massive, soul-piercing black eyes, and he wore a tight-fitting black suit. One child described him as elegant. Another described him as scary. But they all agreed on one thing: he didn't speak with his mouth. He spoke with his mind. This is where the Ariel School incident shifts from a sighting to a warning. The children reported a rush of images entering their brains. It wasn't about taking over the world. It was a message about us. The beings allegedly showed the children visions of a world ending, of trees dying, of a lack of air, of technology destroying the planet. One student, Lissel, later said, "It felt like he was telling us that the world was going to end, that we weren't looking after the planet properly." Why tell school children? Because, as the theory goes, adults have already closed their minds. Children see the world as it is. When the kids ran back to their teachers, they were met with eye rolls. The teachers thought it was a prank or sunstroke. But the kids were hysterical. Some were crying, others were paralyzed with fear. News of the event reached Dr. John Mack, a Pulitzer Prize-winning psychiatrist and professor at Harvard Medical School. He flew to Zimbabwe, expecting to find mass hysteria. What he found shocked him. He interviewed the children one by one. If they were lying, they'd trip up on the details. But they didn't. They described these events with the conviction of someone talking about what they had for breakfast. These children are not lying. They are describing a lived experience. Skeptics say it was a group hallucination. They say the kids saw a passing satellite or a puppet show. But fast forward to today. Those children are now doctors, lawyers, and parents living all over the world. They have nothing to gain by keeping this story alive. In fact, many were bullied for it. Yet, 30 years later, their accounts are identical to the drawings they made in 1994. In a world where the US government is finally admitting that UAPs are real, the Ariel School incident stands as the most credible mass witness encounter in history. And it happened in a quiet corner of Zimbabwe that the rest of the world chose to forget. Was it a warning? A cosmic mistake? Or a glimpse into a reality we aren't ready to face? One thing is certain, the 62 children of Ariel School know what they saw. And they aren't backing down. What do you think? Is it possible for 60 children to share the exact same hallucination, or did something truly other land in Zimbabwe that day? Let me know in the comments. If you want to dive deeper into the forgotten mysteries of the continent, hit that subscribe button. We're just scratching the surface of the unknown. Do not forget to give a like.